Whether massive megaton tankers or gigantic passenger lines, the world's biggest ships exude a certain magnetism. And seeing these giants in photos and video doesn't really do them justice until you're standing right in front of one. Regardless, we've done our very best to bring you 10 abnormally large ships that actually exist. Make sure you stay tuned as we save the biggest for the last. CSCL Globe. CSCL Globe is the first of 5 identical container ships to be built at the Hyundai Heavy Industry Shipyard in Ulsan, South Korea. And they are the biggest container ships in the world. The CSCL Globe has a length of 400 meters, a width of 58.6 meters, and a depth of 30.5 meters. The large container ship is equivalent to the size of 4 football pitches. It has a dead weight of 184,605 tons and a cargo handling capacity of 187,541 tons. That means it can hold 19,100 20-foot containers. The vessel's propulsion system includes the biggest engine ever built with a height of 17.2 meters. The state-of-the-art 2-stroke engine was built at HHI's engine building division and can generate 69,720 kilowatts of power at 84 rotations per minute. The Oasis of the Seas. This ship is part of the Royal Caribbean Fleet and is one of the biggest cruise ships in the world and is 1,187 feet long, 215 feet wide, and a 30-foot draft, and weighs 225,282 tons. It has 18 decks with 24 elevators to get around the ship. It can accommodate 6,780 guests with 2,742 staterooms and has a crew of 2,100 people. This ship is so big that it's a vacation in itself with no reason to even leave the ship. It's basically a floating island including a foliage-filled Central Park, over 20 restaurants with 20 chefs, and 222 cooks. There are 11 clubs and bars, 7 retail stores, and a bunch of other cool things such as rock climbing walls, 4 swimming pools in total including the Aqua Theater pool, which is 17.9 feet deep and is one of the largest pools at sea. There's even an ice skating rink, a sports court, spas and fitness center, and movie theaters. And if you want to surf, it has 2 Flow Rider surf simulators. The Dockwise Vanguard is a semi-submersible heavy transport vessel built by Hyundai Heavy Industries in Ulsan for the Dutch shipping company Dockwise. The Dockwise Vanguard is the largest heavy lift vessel in the world. This giant ship has an overall length of 275 meters, a molded breadth of 70 meters, a depth of 15.5 meters, and a submerged draft of 31.5 meters. The dead weight of the vessel is 117,000 tons. The ship is provided with a free deck space of 275 by 70 meters. The loading deck extends the entire length of the vessel. The cool thing about this ship is how it loads cargo. Because of its huge size, the semi-submersible heavy lift ship can be ballasted down to allow the cargo to be floated aboard. The ballast tanks are then deballasted to raise the deck over the water surface for lifting its cargo. The ship is powered by 4 Wärtsilä main engines driving 2 controllable pitch propellers. The propulsion system provides a maximum speed of 14 knots, which is about 25 kilometers per hour. The Seawise Giant. 50 feet longer than the Empire State Building is high, with a hold that could swallow St. Paul's Cathedral 4 times over. The 564,000-ton ship was aptly named Seawise Giant and was a supertanker built in Japan in 1979 for a Greek business mogul who, by the time she was ready, either changed his mind or had gone bankrupt and refused to take delivery. After sitting in the shipyard for some time, a deal was struck and the vessel was eventually sold to the Chinese founder of Hong Kong Orient Overseas Container Line, C.Y. Tung, who had the ship's length extended a few more feet by way of jumboization, a technique which involves bolting on another section, increasing the capacity by more than 140,000 tons. The Seawise Giant was now 1,500 feet in length and 225 feet in width. The tanker's purpose was to transport crude oil between the US and the Middle East. Imagine a ship so big that it took 2 miles for it to make a complete turning circle, and it took 5 miles for the ship to come to a complete stop from the full 16.5 knot speed. The Harmony of the Seas. This is another Oasis-class cruise ship that was built and constructed for Royal Caribbean International. It weighs a massive 226,963 gross tons and is the second largest passenger ship in the world. Harmony of the Seas has 2,747 staterooms that can accommodate 5,479 guests. It has a couple of very cool water slides, the Ultimate Abyss and Perfect Storm. The ship is divided into 7 neighborhoods including Central Park and Boardwalk. The long list of amenities includes Vitality Spa and Fitness Center, 4 swimming pools and 10 hot tubs, including 2 hot tubs cantilevered over the edge of the ship. MV Blue Marlin. Just imagine a ship so big that it transports other ships. Believe it or not, such a thing exists. When one needs to transport a large number of ships that perhaps aren't ocean-ready, move a gigantic oil rig like BP's Thunder Horse PDQ, or perhaps carry a damaged warship home like the USS Cole when it was damaged, the MV Blue Marlin heeds the call. Blue Marlin is a semi-submersible heavy-lift ship designed to transport very large semi-submersible drilling rigs above the transport ship's deck. It is equipped with 38 cabins to accommodate 60 people, a workout room, sauna, and swimming facilities. The ship loads its cargo the same way the Dockwise Vanguard does, by submerging the deck below water by way of ballasts and then raising the cargo by emptying the ballasts. The ship has an overall length of 217 meters, a molded breadth of 42 meters, and a dead weight of 56,000 metric tons. It has a maximum free deck length of 585 feet. Shell Prelude. Longer than 4 soccer fields and displacing 6 times as much water as the largest aircraft carrier, Prelude FLNG is the largest offshore floating facility ever built. It can hold the same amount of liquid as 175,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. If you lay down 4 football fields end to end, it would still be shorter than the Prelude's deck. The height of the turret secured to the seabed by mooring lines is 93 meters. Prelude is Shell's first floating liquefied natural gas or FLNG facility. FLNG technology can unlock gas resources from underwater gas fields previously too challenging to reach. This floating structure is so big that it has 2 helicopter pads at one end of the ship to transport crew and supplies. It will harvest at least 5.3 million tons of natural gas per year and convert that to liquefied natural gas, which will take 50 million liters of cold water drawn from the ocean every hour to help cool the gas. The USS Theodore Roosevelt. When you're a defense ship belonging to the biggest superpower in the world, you have to walk tall and carry a big stick, as the crew of this CVN-71 U.S. aircraft carrier calls her. The Theodore Roosevelt weighs 104,600 tons and is 1,040 feet, about 332.8 meters long. The Nimitz class of carrier, of which there are 10, and the Theodore Roosevelt is the 4th, are the largest warships in the world. This massive aircraft carrier has a ship's company of 5,226 and can hold 90 fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters, but currently has 54 on board. It is powered by 2 nuclear reactors and 4 steam turbines which spin 4 bronze propellers, each 21 feet across and weighing more than 30 tons. Top speed exceeds 30 knots. Steering is accomplished by 2 rudders, each 29 feet by 22 feet and weighing 50 tons. The ship has an unlimited range that it can travel and could be at sea for up to 25 years. It carries enough food and supplies to operate for 90 days, with 18,150 meals served daily. It towers 20 stories above the waterline with a 4.5-acre flight deck. 4 high-speed aircraft elevators, each more than 4,000 square feet, bring planes to the flight deck from the hangar below. Symphony of the Seas. Another Royal Caribbean giant, the Symphony of the Seas is home to the tallest water slide at sea, the ocean's fastest internet, and more works of art than the Louvre has paintings. As the world's largest cruise liner by volume, Symphony of the Seas stretches 1,188 feet long and is filled with 22 restaurants, 24 pools, and 2,759 cabins. At capacity, the ship can host about 6,680 guests, plus 2,200 some crew members for a total of nearly 9,000 people. There are 24 elevators in 7 neighborhoods, and each neighborhood has its own personality. Central Park has more than 20,000 tropical plants and an alfresco wine bar. Peppered around the vast deck, there's a glow-in-the-dark laser tag, an Escape the Rubicon puzzle in a custom-built escape room, rock climbing wall, surf simulators, and a 9-deck high zip line. Of course, like its sister ships, it has all the amenities such as aqua theater, shopping mall, rock climbing, flow rider surfing, and lots more. The Symphony of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship as of April 2018 when she set sail from Barcelona, Spain. The Freedom Ship. This is one that just defies all comprehension. Floating around the globe, drifting from country to country, never staying in one place long enough to get bored. If you like traveling, life on the Freedom Ship, the world's first floating city, would be perfect for you. Just one thing though, it's not built yet. And it's going to look an awful lot like a multi-story car park when it is. It would have a width of 750 feet, a length of 4,500 feet, and a height of 350 feet. This thing would weigh 2.7 million tons and hold 50,000 permanent residents and have room for another 30,000 daily visitors. It would have everything that a regular city has, such as schools, hospitals, businesses, parks, an art gallery, shopping centers, casino, and yes, even an airport along the top of the massive floating structure. The cost of this mega floating city would be no less than $10 billion. Powered by solar panels and wave energy, the city would navigate from the east coast of the US across the Atlantic to Europe and into the Mediterranean. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments which one of these giants impressed you the most. And if you liked the video, click the subscribe button and you'll be notified when we release a new video. We appreciate you and want to thank you for watching Interesting Facts.